Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voice of Africa. Today, we stand before a pivotal moment in Africa's modern history, one that reshapes power, sovereignty, and regional unity across the Sahel. From the deserts of Niger to the plains of Burkina Faso and the resilient lands of Mali, a new alliance has emerged, an alliance born from necessity, courage, and a refusal to bow to foreign domination. Before we proceed, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it across Africa and the diaspora. Your voice strengthens this platform and helps amplify the mission for a united Africa built on dignity, strength, and independence. Now, we turn to a landmark event, the creation of the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, whose foundation lies in the powerful 17-article Liptako-Gourma Charter. This charter is more than ink on paper. It is a declaration of collective defense, political sovereignty, and a shared destiny among nations that refuse to stand alone. Let us now listen to the full detailed presentation of this historic charter.
The government of Burkina Faso, the government of the Republic of Mali, the government of the Republic of Niger, hereinafter referred to as the contracting party, reaffirming their commitment to international and regional legality. As enshrined in particular by the Charter of the United Nations, the Constitutive Act of the African Union, and the revised ECOWAS Treaty. Convinced of the need to continue the heroic struggles waged by African peoples and countries for political independence, human dignity, and economic emancipation. Faithful to the objectives and ideals of the Integrated Development Authority of the Liptako-Gourma States. Guided by the spirit of brotherhood, solidarity, and friendship, committed to strengthening the age-old ties between their peoples, determined to fully exercise and ensure respect for national and international sovereignty, resolved to defend national unity and the integrity of their respective states. Considering the multifaceted threats present in the common area shared by the three countries, aware of the responsibility to protect civilian populations under all circumstances, recalling the natural right of states to individual or collective self-defense, have agreed as follows. Article 1. By this charter, called the Liptako-Gourma Charter, the contracting parties establish among themselves the Alliance of Sahel States, abbreviated as AES. Article 2. The objective of the Charter is to establish a collective defense and mutual assistance framework for the contracting parties. Regarding Article 3, the contracting parties have agreed that they will, at a later time, establish the necessary organizational bodies required for the ongoing operation of the Alliance's mechanisms. Furthermore, they will also define the specific terms and conditions of its functioning. This then brings us to Article 4. The contracting parties commit to combating terrorism in all its forms and organized crime within the common space of the Alliance. Article 5. The contracting parties to this agreement will also work collaboratively to prevent, manage, and resolve any armed rebellion or other significant threats to the territorial integrity and national sovereignty of each member country of the Alliance. They will prioritize peaceful and diplomatic means, and only if deemed absolutely necessary, use force to address critical situations that disrupt peace and stability. Article 6. Any violation of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of one or more contracting parties will be considered an act of aggression against the other parties and will entail a duty of assistance and support from all parties, individually or collectively, including the use of armed force to restore and ensure security within the area covered by the Alliance. Article 7. Aggression, as referred to in Article 6, also includes any attack against the defense and security forces of one or more contracting parties, including when these forces are deployed nationally in a theater of operations outside the Alliance's area. Any attack anywhere against the ships and aircraft of one or more parties. Article 8. The parties undertake not to resort to threats, the use of force, or aggression against each other, whether against the territorial integrity or political independence of any party. Not to blockade the ports, roads, coasts, or strategic infrastructure of any party by armed forces. Not to, from any territory made available by one party, carry out attacks or acts of aggression against another party or third states. Not to, from the territory of any party, allow armed groups, irregular armed forces, or mercenaries to carry out attacks against a country within the scope. Article 9. Decisions of the alliance are made unanimously by the states parties. Article 10. The financing of the alliance is ensured by contributions from the states parties. Article 11. This charter may be open to other parties. To any other state sharing the same geographical, political, and socio-cultural realities that accepts the objectives of the alliance. The application for membership is accepted unanimously by the states parties. Article 12. Any proposal to amend this charter is subject to the unanimous acceptance of the states parties. The request for amendment must be notified to the other states parties through diplomatic channels with 3 months prior notice. Article 13. Any dispute arising from the interpretation or application of this charter shall be settled through diplomatic means. Article 14. This charter may be denounced by any contracting party. The denunciation must be notified by its notary to all signatory parties of the Charter, by letter sent through diplomatic channels with acknowledgement of receipt and 6 months prior notice. Article 15. This Charter shall be supplemented by additional texts for the implementation of the provisions set out in Article 3. Article 16. The parties accept the terms of this charter, which shall enter into force upon its signature by all parties. Article 17. The Republic of Mali, designated as the depository of this charter, shall transmit certified copies to the other member states. The depository shall receive and submit to the unanimous decision of the member states any new application for accession to the alliance in accordance with the provisions set out in Article 11 of this charter. Done this day, September 16, 2023, for Burkina Faso, the President of the Transition Head of State, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. For the Republic of Mali, the President of the Transition Head of State, Colonel Assimi Goïta. Representing the Republic of Niger, we have the President of the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, who also serves as the Head of State, His Excellency, General Abdurrahman.
What you have just heard is more than a political agreement. It is a declaration of African unity in action. The Alliance of Sahel States represents a future where nations no longer face threats alone, where sovereignty is not just symbolic, and where African resources serve African interests. Through shared struggle and a common destiny, Burkina Faso under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Mali under Colonel Assimi Goïta, and Niger under General Abdourahmane Tiani have forged a united front that challenges centuries of exploitation and external domination. The AES is not just a military pact, it is a spark of continental transformation, a model that could inspire similar alliances across Africa. If sustained, this movement could reshape how African nations negotiate, defend their borders, protect their economies, and control their future. But the success of AES depends not only on leaders, it depends on us, the people who believe in African dignity, self-determination, and collective progress. Here at Voice of Africa, we will continue to follow these developments with accuracy, respect, and a strong commitment to truth. If you believe in this mission, support this platform by liking, commenting, and sharing this video across the diaspora and the continent. Together, we rise. Together, we speak. Together, we become the voice of Africa.